Hello, everyone. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. If you are listening to this at this time, maybe there's a reason why you are guided to this intuitive channeled message video. So hopefully I'll be able to tap into your situation and the person that you might be thinking about for this particular message. If this is the first time that you're listening to these, I do occasionally do these types of videos to be able to offer channeled messages to whoever might need them. So just like a card reading, please do take from it what makes sense for you personally, and of course the parts of it that don't, release them. All right, guys, so I will start off with letters and names like I typically do, and we'll get into zodiac signs as well, and then the actual messages that I'm able to tap into for the collective. All right, so let's start with the letters that I'm able to pick up. It could be a combination of you or your person. If you happen to be single, this could reflect somebody new that comes in. All right, so I'm starting off with the letter S. Somebody might actually have two S's in their name. It's either first and last name initials, or somebody's got two S's, either in a first name or a last name. Something like Melissa or Vanessa. So yeah, an S or double S's that's coming through. C. D as well. H. M. The letter L. I'm also seeing CH, so it could be a name that starts with CH, or again, that could be somebody's initials. I'm also seeing A and M, which I used to be a broadcast journalist in college, so for me, whenever I would see that, it reminds me of like an AM radio, FM radio, so somebody could maybe be in that industry, perhaps, but that, of course, could be somebody's initials. Or somebody's name starts with an AM, or there's an AM somewhere in the name. Something like Liam, Liam. That could be significant for somebody. I'm also picking up a Y, the letter Y. That could be a person's first initial or last. It could be the last letter in their name. It could be any of these letters could be representative of your name as well. So it could be first, middle, or even last name. It could be a nickname as well. As for actual names that I am picking up, Amanda is coming through here. I'm hearing Kennedy, Nick, could also be Nicholas, could be Nikki as well for somebody. I don't know why I'm hearing the word brave. Maybe somebody is in a fearful state right now, or maybe somebody's just hesitant to do something. That doesn't necessarily just have to be focused on a love situation. So if you're listening to this and if you are in that type of mentality, or if you're feeling that in your heart space, perhaps this is an indication already, and I haven't even tapped into the actual messages, that you're being given a green light despite some of your fears or apprehensions. This could be a green light telling you, go for it. Be brave enough to stand up for yourself and what it is that you're focused on, what it is that you're hoping to manifest, what you're hoping for, wishing for, working for, whatever it is. I'm picking up off of a green light to go ahead and do something. So brave, that's the key word I'm getting. I'm tapped into names right now, but for some reason that word just came through. Liz is coming forward as well. That could be Elizabeth. That could be Lizzie. Lizette is also coming to mind. I'm hearing Brad. Could also be Brandon, Bradley, Brady. I'm getting that as well. Nicole. Did I already say Nicole? If not, that's coming forward. Charlene is presenting itself here. So that could be the CH reference for some of you guys. I'm also hearing Charleston. Somebody might actually like the Charleston dance. I don't know what that's in reference to. It could be a location as well. Let's see what else. Ebony is presenting itself here as a name. I'm hearing Ida, and I'm seeing it spelled in two different ways, A-I-D-A as well as I-D-A. I've picked up off of that name before in a previous reading, I believe. Excuse me. I'm hearing 10. That could be a significant number for some of you. Maybe it's a birth date. It could represent the 10th month of the year, which is October. So I'm hearing the number 10. It's interesting because, again, I'm just focused on names, but I'm getting messages coming through. That could be an anniversary date as well. Or that could be a time frame, 10 years, a decade. Maybe that's how long you've been with a particular person, or there's something to celebrate as a result of hitting a 10-year milestone. Some of you might have a child that is 10 years old. Okay, let me see if there's any other names presenting itself here. Susanna, I'm hearing. I'm also seeing Sean. Could be S-E-A-N, could be S-H-A-W-N. So I'm seeing it spelled in a couple of different ways. Michael. Could also be Mickey, Mike, Mikey. I'm hearing Wanda, and I'm seeing Wayne. So W names are presenting itself. Diana. I'm seeing D names. Diana, Dave, Davy, Davis. Delilah is presenting itself here. Dahlia. I'm hearing Daniil. I don't know, that's a different name that's not very common. Daniil. Could be Neil, could be Dan, could be Daniel. Okay, so those are the names presenting itself here. If I happen to have mentioned a person that you're thinking about by name, perhaps there's something really significant that'll come through once I start tapping into the actual messages. All right, let's get into some zodiacs here. So it could be Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. That's something that you can relate to for yourself also, not just somebody that you might be thinking about at this time. So I'm seeing the letter C. That could be Cancer. That could be Capricorn. Aries is presenting itself. Taurus. Libra. Scorpio, and Gemini. That's what I've got. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some messages here, what it is that you need to hear at this time. And it's a timeless message whenever you are guided to come across this particular reading, this message. Maybe there's a reason. The first thing that I'm getting is for those of you who might have been very close to maybe a grandmother figure. I'm picking up off of an elderly woman that has been either very close to you or they've been a mentor. They've given you advice. I'm feeling more of a grandmother type figure in your life. If you relate to this, maybe they've passed on, and that could be a message that they're wanting to convey at this time to let you know that they love you, that they're keeping, not necessarily keeping tabs, but keeping an eye on you from up above, that type of message that's presenting itself here. So it could be a loved one that has passed on and they're just wanting to let you know that the message I'm getting is that they know that you're going through some things right now. You're going through some struggles, but as long as you believe that it's meant to be, that it's meant to be yours, that it can be yours, that it will be yours. So for me, it's kind of picking up off of that same type of energy as the green light. So if you are picking up off of, again, a grandmother figure or an elderly person that you consider to be a mentor, and again, maybe they've passed on. For some of you, maybe they haven't, but this is somebody that's wanting to convey a message here to let you know, go for it. Don't hesitate. I apologize. I think I hit my microphone here. Let's see what else. I'm picking up off of a message for twin flames. So this is for those of you who know and have had some sort of confirmation, or you feel it so incredibly strongly in your heart that this connection is a twin flame connection. More than likely, and I tend to pick up messages for those who really are not together. You're going through some stuff. There's a reason why there is a separation. If you and your twin are in separation because of a third party, what I'm getting is that they regret it. They regret how things unfolded, how things ended between the two of you. They wish that they could reconnect, or at least go back in time to just undo what happened, making different choices. So what I'm getting are a lot of their regrets here. And if you've ever wondered if your twin flame still thinks about you, they do. And for some of you guys that don't feel that there's a reunion that's even possible, what I'm getting is your twin will always feel a particular intense connection to you, whether you guys ever get back together or not. Okay, because I am kind of getting that not everybody is meant to come back together. Some of you might have also had past life connections where you connected in this lifetime to address something that might have been unfinished business before. And it's still unfinished business. So this particular love story, when it comes to your twin flame, it's not finished. You might get clarity sometime during the course of your life in this lifetime. But for some of you, you might not get that clarity until the next lifetime with your twin flame. I'm just getting that for some. I'm also getting for twin flames where you feel that your person just wasn't very expressive, meaning that either they never said I love you, or that they just were not very affectionate, or they tended to be the less expressive between the two of you. They regret that. They wish that they opened up more to you, to be able to tell you that they loved you if they never did, or to just have said it more. So I'm kind of feeling a particular twin flame that held themselves back emotionally when it came to the twin flame connection that they had with you. And they regret it. And they wish that they could really go back in time to fix what was broken or what ended up happening between the two of you, because they do realize that they are part of the reason why it fell apart. They dream about you. I'm also getting that they see you in their dreams and they wake up realizing that it's not real. And it hurts them even more because ultimately they realize that part of the reason, or maybe all of the reason why you guys are not together, is because of them. So that's a specific message coming through for twin flames and separation. I'm also hearing the term soulmate. So if you feel your connection is more of a soulmate level, they feel the same way. That doesn't necessarily mean it's been smooth sailing or that you guys have been, perfect together and there has been no ups and downs, because ultimately what I'm picking up here is that you guys have gone through your fair share of struggles. And part of the reason is because you weren't sure that they felt the same. I'm ultimately getting here that they do. They feel the same. That doesn't necessarily mean, similar to the twin flames, that they said it. They're thinking it. Their energy is coming through here at this time that I'm channeling this, that they feel the same. They just probably never expressed it. Or they left you in the dark and you're not quite sure where you stand. So for those of you who are not with your soulmate, and maybe it's been a while since you guys have talked, this is how they're feeling. This is how they're coming through. That they have a very deep love for you. And it's similar to the regret that the twin flames have, that they just were not as expressive. They held back from really just being the type of partner that you really needed them to be. I'm also picking up the month of September here. Okay, so obviously we are in September. So for some of you guys, you might actually hear from your soulmate before the end of the month. For some of you, this could be a birthday month, or it could be your soulmate's birthday month. And that could simply be an indication that their vibe is coming through here. But I do feel communication of some sort that is heading your way sooner rather than later. So I feel if not in the month of September, it could be before this year ends. I'm getting that for soulmate connection specifically. I'm also getting X partnerships. The theme that I am really ultimately picking up here, whether twin flame, soulmates, a love connection, X partner, there's a lot of regret that's circulating energetically in all of these messages. So it seems to be presenting itself in a way where you guys are more than likely not together, or if you're together, it's more of a challenge right now. Things just aren't working out. So maybe you're on the brink of separating, you're on the brink of breaking up. Either that's your choice or theirs, or you guys come to a mutual conclusion that that's what needs to happen. But there's a lot of regret circulating here energetically. For those who are in separation, we've already talked about that. They regret it. They want to be able to fix things to come back into your life. And of course, that can only happen if that's something you desire as well. And I'm also getting, for those that decide to break up, the person that you end up breaking or severing ties with, once that actually comes to pass, then they're going to regret that as well. Because there's this energy that's presenting itself here for me that it's worth working on. Not to just throw in the towel and give up, There's this need to continue to put in the work into the relationship. Of course, if you're relating to this, you guys are probably going through some challenges right now. But there's this need to really air things out and be open and honest with each other and get everything out on the table. Say what you got to say, talk about it, rather than kind of going into hermit mode and not really addressing the issue. There's this need to just open up fully, is what I'm getting. I'm also picking up messages regarding travel. So if you're thinking of going on a trip, it's either airplane or could possibly be a cruise. I'm picking up land as well as water. So either it's through a plane or a ship, a cruise. There's something significant there for travel. And I'm also picking up off of a green light when it comes to taking a trip. So if you are on the fence, or if you're just not sure whether you should do it or not, I'm picking up off of green light energy telling you, go for it. because that one decision could ultimately change your life. If it's related to your love life, it's related to maybe a job opportunity, reconnecting with friends, family that maybe you haven't seen in a long time. I'm picking up off of the energy that you should do it, because if you do not, you'll regret it. And there's how it comes full circle. There will be regret. So we put all that together, and it's the same kind of vibe and energy for every category, every scenario that I picked up. If there is no action, there will be regret. That window of opportunity is presenting itself and action is required. That first step needs to happen in order to get things moving. So if someone's thinking of reaching out to you, but maybe they're just apprehensive, they're just doing too much thinking or talking themselves out of it, that window will close and they will then experience even more regret, because it's not possible to communicate at that point. Or somebody that hesitates to go for maybe a job interview or to take a trip that might ultimately change their life. Maybe you end up connecting with somebody, meeting someone that could be a romantic partnership, or it could even be a partner in business, that could ultimately move you forward, maybe financially or in your career. So there's a lot that could come through here for the collective. So if you're feeling apprehensive, if you are feeling like you're on the fence regarding your problem or issue, whatever it is, if you're feeling hesitation or you're just scared to take action, the vibe that I'm picking up for the collective, and this can apply to love life as well as any other thing that you're focused on for this particular reading, green light energy. Go for it. Go for it. The only regret here is not going for it. The only regret here is not trying. All right, guys, so that's the message. That's what I'm getting here. Hopefully there's something there that relates to your situation. Maybe you came across this reading to really extract a particular lesson from it, or maybe you just needed clarification. So hopefully there's something here that is able to help you out. All right, guys, so that's where I'm going to end things. If you are wanting a reading from me, I don't typically offer these on my website. It's mostly card readings. So if that's something that you would like, I'd love to be able to do that for you. And that's it for now, guys. Thank you so very much for listening, for tuning in. And I will be offering more of these intuitive channeled messages as soon as my schedule allows. All right, guys, thank you so very much. Take care.